How has the music industry traditionally made decisions? I mean, is it largely based off of gut instinct?
Yeah, it's very much gut instinct, and very proud of it as well, which is a good thing. And if you look back at the history, then the hits were really big, the money flowed. Why worry about data? Why worry about analytics? Just use your gut and really run with that. Mm-hmm. That worked very, very well. But things are different now. Times are different. The money's not flowing in the same way. It was much more complicated. So we've shown that data can really help alongside skills and judgment.
How does it help? I mean, what role can it play in that decision-making process?
Well, I think the role is really important, and we're not out to build a company which is data-driven as such. We're not going to research artists and sign the ones that do well and not sign the ones that don't. But the research will help us to understand the potential for different artists, or help us to understand how different pieces of music react with people, mm-hmm. or different marketing strategies. So the role of data and making sure that it helps people make decisions, doesn't tell them what decisions to make, is absolutely key.
So digging into this a bit, what data types are examined when a record company is evaluating a new artist? I mean, are there specific things that are looked at?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that's for a new artist, though, is going to be the skills and judgment of the A&R person, mm-hmm. who meets the artist, who sees the fans. That's a really skills and judgment-driven decision to make. However, data is also really important in that these days. So we'll take the artist, some of their maybe unreleased material, we'll play it to thousands of people around the world, analyse how different types of people reacted differently to the music, mm-hmm. the impact that the artist's brand had on that and their perceptions of the music, the impact that the artist's name had on it. It's important to say that what we won't do then is say that you should change the artist's name or change the artist's music. Mm-hmm. The A&R team and the artist have that vision. But we'll use that data to help them to understand what the potential is, and to help them to understand what type of person that artist has got the potential to excite or connect with.
So it sounds like you're talking about taking the time-honored and traditional qualitative gut instinct component, using that, adhering to that, but also layering on top of it some of this analysis. Is that a fair characterization?
That's exactly right, and I think that's exactly what the right role of data is in any business, to be honest, but particularly in music. And the data is so powerful and so insightful and so fun. I don't want to play that down at all, mm-hmm. but alongside skills and judgment, helping people to make decisions, then you see them really embrace the data. You see them become excited about it and find new and interesting ways to use it. So that relationship and finding the right balance is so key for us. And we love where we are with that.
Last question for you. Now, we often hear about businesses trying to become data-driven or just more attuned toward data. How do you do that across an industry? I mean, where do you even get started?
Well, I think the first place to start is by a good example. I mean, by working out our own situation, getting data inside of EMI being used in the right way for the right decisions, not the wrong decisions. And I think going beyond the excitement of big data and the excitement of cool algorithms and big data sets, and showing that it has a practical value and can help people without destroying the magic of the industry, without treading on the toes of creativity and of artists and their vision. So I think just finding that right role, showing how powerful it is as a great case study is the first step. But for us then, we're really keen to share lots of the data that we've generated. We've got this proprietary data set of 1 million interviews now with consumers all around the world. We want to share some of that with the wider industry. There's a whole bunch of things that it would be better if the whole industry understood, mm-hmm. as well as EMI. Mm-hmm. And we want to put that in the public domain. We want the whole industry to learn from that and to grow. I think that will have other people saying, I want this data as well. This could be helpful to me. So I think a good example and sharing openness will be the key to that.
Is that data available now?
Some of it's available now, pieces here and there, and there's a program, musicdatascience.com is the domain we've got for this initiative, and there'll be more data being released regularly over time. We did a really cool competition with Kaggle and mm-hmm. Data Science London a few months ago, where we put a bunch of this data in the public domain, had all these data scientists play with it for the weekend. The things they found were absolutely amazing and really opened our eyes, as well as starting that conversation and starting that openness in the industry.
Great. Well, thank you for being with us. Appreciate you taking the time.
Thanks.